guys, welcome back to Siblings Tea.
Hey, everybody.
We are back.
We're back. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute, and hey, we have something important we want to talk about.
Everyone's
And
got to sit down, get ready. This is breaking news.
breaking news, and I feel like the past couple days everyone's been talking about this. I mean, ever since April 19th, let's just say, and then
hmm
more so in the last couple days. What do you think?
The Tortured Poets Department.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We have a lot to talk about, guys. So sit back, relax, get your tea, get your coffee.
Yeah, let's get going. On April 19th, we've been waiting for this day for months.
Oh my gosh. And boy, was it worth
And
it.
oh my gosh. So since we're on the West Coast, it came out at 9 p.m. for us.
hmm
And that was exciting because what happened, Yoshi?
Okay, so what happened was the Tortured Poets Department was released, and then, Taylor being Taylor, 2 hours later, she dropped a bombshell on us and she announced a second album,
Crazy.
anthology.
Crazy. Wow. So, yeah, 2 hours later, we stayed up. There was a countdown on her website.
I remember that, and we
Yeah.
were like trying to figure out what's happening.
Yeah, right? We're like, what is happening? And I mean, she drops those Easter eggs, and she was holding up that number two for a while. So we were all trying to figure out what she was saying. I mean, she held
Yeah.
it up at the Grammys,
hmm
and hey, that's Taylor for that's what she does.
She drops those Easter eggs.
So I mean, it was 31 songs,
Oh my gosh.
and we haven't stopped listening to them. That's
It's
all we're
it's a
listening
no
to.
skip album at this point.
Yeah. I mean, and all of us Swifties, that's what we're listening to now, right now. It's amazing. Every time we go in the car, when you're
Working out.
home, working out, cooking, cleaning, that's what we're listening to.
hmm I even wake up and I have different songs stuck in my head.
Oh my gosh. And these songs, wow, they are amazing.
She puts narcotics in her songs.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
These songs.
Plus, she just released music video, right?
So,
Already.
yeah, it was crazy. She released the album. Yeah, that album, double album.
hmm
The next day, literally the next day, the music video came out for. So the first song on the album is Fortnite. And that music video came out the next day, and that song is with Post Malone. And that music video, that's pretty cool.
It's so cool.
Yeah, really like that music
Very
video.
artistic, and I thought it was pretty awesome that she actually had two actors from Dead Poets Society in that music video. When she's in the lab, you'll notice if you go back and watch it, she has two actors from that movie.
Wow,
So it's
that's
like
so
she's paying
cool.
homage to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you haven't seen that music video, you guys check it out. Let us know. Put in the comments what you think of that music video. We've seen it a few times, and yeah, that was just
So
so.
many meanings behind it, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of Lady
I
Gaga.
was just gonna say that. And we love Lady Gaga.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so definitely I got some Lady Gaga vibes, and very artistic, and you could see some meaning behind some of the things she put in there.
hmm
And I mean the songs.
Oh my
We talk
gosh.
about it.
We
Our
got to talk
favorite
about the songs.
songs just keep changing.
Yeah, day to day they
They
change.
keep changing, and it's like, okay, this day, okay, this is my favorite song, and then a couple
Yeah.
days later, okay, this song is my favorite. So let's see, Yoshi, what are you?
Okay.
Let's see, just say your top five for right now.
Okay, right now it's so hard to pick, and they're not in any particular order except for the last one. So I'm gonna go with "Who's Afraid of Little Old Me," "Loss of My Life," "I Can Do It with a Broken Heart," "How Did It End," and "Guilty as Sin." Those are my
Mm,
favorite songs right now. Listen to them all
wow.
the time. Like especially when those songs come up, like
Yeah.
there's just so much. I mean, with any of Taylor's songs, there's so much meaning behind them, and emotion, and there's even double meanings with some of
Yeah.
them.
The lyrics to all these songs are so good, and it's like listening to people different takes on their perspective, their opinion.
Hmm.
It's like it could have different meanings to what applies to you.
Oh yeah. I
And
love seeing when someone who has a degree in English literature and they review her songs, and just how they admit like this is poetry, and like she
yeah, it
just
is.
is a mastermind.
Right. And I mean, a lot of people, I mean, kind of off the subject, but like country music. People love country music because the lyrics, the songs are beautiful. And to me, it's like, okay, I get why people like country. Then listen to Taylor. If you love country music, because most people like country music because of the stories, the lyrics.
Hmm.
And I feel that's how Taylor's songs are. They're stories. They're
Right.
beautiful poems. They have
Well,
meaning.
yeah, you have a good point, because I think there's some people that aren't a fan of Taylor just think, oh, she's pop. She
Yeah.
writes about heart, breakup songs. But no,
Mm-hmm.
there's so much more to her. It's not just a breakup, it's heartache,
Right.
heartbreak, it's betrayal, it's mental health, it's
Mm-hmm.
everything. And just some people, they don't get it.
Yeah, they don't get it. So now with my favorite song, some of my favorites, you did mention. So, um, my top five, and they do change, but I'll say for right now, "So Long London,"
Ooh.
"But Daddy I Love Him," "Florida,"
Hmm.
"Who's Afraid of Little Me," and "I Can Do It with a Broken Heart."
Those are amazing
So
songs.
we have a couple of similar
Yeah,
ones,
two of
but
them.
yeah, lately, Florida, I'm just loving that song right now.
Such a good song.
And But Daddy I Love Him and So Long London, those songs, yeah, I just love them.
So with Daddy I Love Him, that one's a very interesting song, because there's people that have said, "Oh, it's about the media," and then I've heard people, say, "Well, it's about she's talking to Swifties."
Mhm.
But from my perspective, I think she's talking about some of her exes, maybe a little bit of the Swifties in one of the choruses. But I think at the very end, she's talking about Travis.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
way she's
Mhm.
singing it in the end, she's happy. I don't hear anger or anything like that. Like, she genuinely sounds happy when, if you go back and you listen to that song, the last time she's singing the chorus, I think it's about Travis.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's and So Long London, I mean, just a beautiful song.
I love how in the
Yeah.
beginning, when she's singing, and it's like it's representing wedding bells.
Yeah, totally. Totally. And then Florida, she sings that song with Florence and the Machine.
Oh, yes.
And I really like them.
Hmm.
And just them singing together, I mean, it really meshed very, very well.
Right.
And the song is so good. And yes, Taylor did a little snippet, like little interview for iHeartRadio,
Hmm.
and she talked about some of the songs, and she talked about Florida, how it's and how it's like a little escape, like where you want to
Yeah.
go to escape. And so, yeah, it's very
Like,
interesting
you
what
get
she
to a
talked
point in
about.
your life where you need a fresh start.
Yeah,
And then where do you go? And she says,
yeah,
she'll watch Dateline or whatever, and people
yeah.
want a fresh start. They go to
They go to
Florida.
Florida, so I thought that was funny. So yeah, Taylor, look that up. It's iHeartRadio, and I think she talked about like five different songs.
Also on Amazon Music too.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then I mean, there's so many songs, and I mean, Baby Yoshi. I
Hmm.
even asked her what's her favorite song, and she likes a lot of them, but actually her favorite is the Torture Poets Department. She loves that song.
Hmm.
That's number two on the album.
Yeah,
And then there's two songs about Travis.
two songs. So The Alchemy and So High School.
Yeah, I love
And
those
then for me,
songs.
of course, a little bit of But Daddy I Love Him at the very end.
Yeah.
But those two songs, oh my God. Like, I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's about him.
Yeah, that's how it was with So High School. I listened to it, and the first time I was just smiling the whole time. I'm like,
Oh my
this is like, I
gosh.
love this song because it
It's
just,
like the adult version of Love Story.
yeah, yeah, totally. And that's what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah.
and just really, really happy that she put those songs because I think people are expecting, it was like she's going to talk about her past relationships.
Right.
But knowing Taylor, she wanted to put something present, what she's feeling now, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad she did that.
Yeah, and people have been saying, "Oh, Travis made it his rookie season,
Oh
the
yeah,
first
that's
year
funny.
that
It's
he's with
rookie season.
Taylor."
Oh my gosh.
But that just goes to show that like how the relationship is, and you can just tell how genuinely happy Taylor is because if
She's
you're a
very
Swiftie
happy.
and
Hmm.
you've been a Swiftie since high school, like me, I've been a Swiftie since I was a senior year in high school.
Hmm.
She has never been this happy.
Yeah.
And this is like you always want like, your favorite artist or whatever to be happy and well, typically you do.
And you could tell she's very happy and also comfortable. She's very
Yes.
comfortable and safe with him. And you
Like
could
she can
just
go to a
tell.
rave.
Right? She went to Coachella. They
Coachella.
went to Coachella
She's her own
and
security
I
guard
mean, who would have thought she would have gone to Coachella?
or his own
And
her own.
oh, a little side note on that. That's hilarious, you guys. If you ever see those videos, because those not they're not little, but the security guards she had the female one in front of her.
That was
Yeah.
hilarious. And the female one, I mean, they have to look serious, and she's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
she had the scowl on her
But
face.
it was so cool just seeing there and just being so happy and comfortable with Travis and just having a good time,
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
just being free.
Yeah, totally. So I was really glad to, hear those songs about Travis. And then there's another song people are talking about, Thank You, Amy. I mean, a lot of
Thank
people
you,
are talking
Amy.
about that one.
People are speculating it's about Kim,
Yes.
but we have a
Kim
different
Kardashian.
we
Hmm.
have a different take on it.
Yeah, so my brother, so I think most of us at the beginning thought it was Kim Kardashian, also the spelling. She put
Right.
Kim in capital letters. And then my brother was the one who was like, told me what you heard about it, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my God, you're right."
Because Taylor, okay, of course she does the Easter eggs, right, for us Swifties, but she wouldn't make something so
So
obvious.
obvious.
That's
Hmm.
not Taylor. So we think, or I believe, it's about Carly Klaus. They
Yes.
have history, and Carly has a sister named Kim.
Hmm.
Taylor even states, she changed the name of who she's talking about, and that only Taylor and her will know that this song is about her.
Right. And in the song they talk about your daughter. Well, she
Hmm.
has a daughter too,
Right?
and it's very interesting. Yeah, and a lot of people have said what you're saying too, and I now I believe it too. I'm like, yeah, because it was too obvious about Kim
Right.
Kardashian.
Totally.
And yeah, I like that song too. It's a really good song.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's what we've been listening to nonstop, and our favorite songs just keep changing. And Mama Yoshi, she loves the album
Mama,
too.
yeah, she's loving it.
So it applies to all ages. I mean,
Totally.
Mama down to baby
Baby
Yoshi.
Yoshi, who's in high school.
Yeah. So we've been listening to that since April 19th, and now just a couple days ago, everyone was anticipating, the Eras tour was starting back up with from a 2-month break.
Hmm.
So Taylor started back up in Paris, and everyone just thought, okay, is she gonna, make some changes?
Right, how is she gonna make it work?
And she did. We could
She
see it from the
did.
beginning. We saw it from the very beginning in the intro. She added. You could see the white
Oh, in the
in the
intro?
intro.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Like when
she had a
it's
white.
the countdown?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
So yeah, they add a little white.
Hmm.
And in the house, when they show, the different eras, there's the white one now too.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, let's talk about the Eras tour because this is huge now because now it involves the new album and the new
Yeah.
era.
So the songs that she performed on the Eras tour for TTPD is But Daddy I Love Him. She did a little snippet of So High School,
Mm-hmm.
Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, Down Bad, Fortnite, and the smallest man who ever lived, and then I Can Do It with a Broken Heart.
Yeah, yeah. And
Then she had to remove some songs, right?
so she had to remove some songs because, I mean, that's a lot of songs to add right there.
Right.
And so the songs that she cut out um, was the Archer, Long
Archer.
Live, The One, 'Tis the Damn Season, Tolerate It, and The Last Great American Dynasty.
Yeah, tolerate it.
And as much as I love the new set, the new songs, some of the songs I'm gonna miss. Like Tolerate It, I love that
I
performance,
love it.
and The Great American
Oh yeah,
Dicey, I
that
love
was
that
always your
part. That was
favorite.
my
I
favorite
remember that.
part.
And
I
I'm like,
loved it.
really? Out of all the
I don't, I
songs?
don't, I think to me, because I love musicals, I love how it's like a
Oh,
performance.
it was, yeah.
Shout out to Natalie, the dancer. Love Natalie. So, watching them dance, to me, it reminded me of like a musical.
That's funny. I can see
So,
that
and
now.
I think no one liked that part. Like a lot, like
Like we like
probably,
it, but we don't
but
love
that
it.
wasn't a lot of people, that's not their favorite. That was one of my
Yeah.
favorites. So, yeah, that
I know. I
was,
remember we go to the movies. You're like, oh my god, I love this part. I'm like, really? This part? Okay.
I'm like, I love this part. Oh my gosh. But I think it's because I love musicals and I love
Yeah.
like the performance aspects of it. But okay, I'll just have to watch on Amazon when
Yeah.
I want to see
Well, Disney
those.
Plus.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Disney Plus. It was on Amazon. Now it's
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Disney Plus. Yes.
Right.
But yeah, let's talk about the songs
Oh
now on
my
the set.
gosh.
OMG.
I'm mind blown with how everything, the outfit changes, her anger.
The production, the choreography, the outfits, the
Ugh,
emotion, and let's just say I was crying.
yeah.
I was at the UPS store parking lot
You're crying in the
watching
parking
it
lot.
on the TikTok live, and I was crying. I was literally crying. And I'm
Oh
like, I'm not
wow.
going to film myself. I'm not going to be one of those people that's like my
Oh yeah, your
reaction.
reaction. Your
I
first
would
reaction.
I look like a mess. I'm an ugly crier. I was like red, ugly
Yeah.
crying, but I was just so emotional
And
seeing
what was the
it.
song that really hit home?
For me, it was when she started singing "Who's Afraid of Little Me." It made me very emotional,
Hmm.
and then also, and it's funny because it's like a fun song, but I can do it with a broken heart. I think I was just so happy because again, I love production, and the
Yeah.
beginning was like kind of like a they're acting. They're so if you haven't seen it, you guys, they have it on. People have shown it on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. You
Hmm.
could look it up, but it's like a little performance, and to me, I love that. I'm a musical performance girl, and it made me emotional because it just made me
Yeah.
so happy. It was happy tears. It wasn't
Happy
sad. It was
tears.
just happy tears. It just made me so emotional.
Well, I want to talk about the transition from The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived to I Can Do It With a Broken Heart because The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, oh my gosh, I get goosebumps every time I see the video, whether it's a live stream or on YouTube of her performing it because the drums
Yeah,
and they're all marching down the stage and her anger and sadness and then they all collapse to the ground and Taylor collapses at the very end and then it's like it's because she's so heartbroken that she collapses. But then the irony is they pick her back up and force her to perform I Can Do It With a Broken Heart,
yeah,
which she wrote that while she's on the Eras tour.
yeah,
Now she's
exactly.
performing it and
Mm-hmm.
just, oh my gosh, she's a genius.
Yeah, it was just that whole set, and the choreography. And when she's singing, going back to Who's Afraid of Little Me, that is you can just feel the emotion.
Yes.
And I mean, they're calling it the female rage song.
I love it. It's the new illicit affairs.
It totally is. Just the emotion. And then she was on people are calling it the Eras Roomba, the thing that moved around. And I
Yeah.
thought she was going to fall off of
I
it.
know, you were so
Because I was
concerned.
watching it live and I'm like, oh, she's going to fall. Because I didn't know what was happening. I'd never seen
Hmm.
it before. And I'm like, at least when we saw the movie, we saw like little snippets, so we knew kind of what was going to happen. But seeing it live for the
Oh
first
yeah, for
time
the first
yesterday,
time.
I don't know, it's crazy. It's like seeing something for the first time, and that's never going to happen again.
Right, right.
Yeah, so it's just very emotional. Just watching everything and seeing the dancers too. Shout out to the
Oh my
dancers.
gosh, totally.
Like, they're amazing. They had to learn all this new choreography. I mean, of course, Taylor did too. Taylor knows all the dances. She
Yeah.
dances with them. But, they weren't on a break. Taylor even said it. We were on a break. They've been doing this for 8 months, 9 months.
So instead of taking a break, they were in
They were
rehearsals.
rehearsing. Hmm.
Wow.
So it's just, I mean, they're just amazing.
They really are. They're all
Hmm.
athletes,
Yeah,
and
they are.
I
Hmm.
thought it was so cute with So High School how they were doing Travis's
Oh yes.
dances.
Okay, so when they like roll their hands and then yeah, those are Travis's moves. And then when they're like moving around, and I call them the bleachers. They look like they're the football bleachers,
Yeah.
and you know they're doing the dance like the
Mm-hmm.
audience did.
Like
So
when Taylor was in the audience at a
yeah,
Kansas City game.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally. But I'm really like all those went really well. Now I will say, and people might not like this comment, but it's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of Down Bad. I don't know why they put that in
Yeah.
there, and people like it, and then I don't know. It just to me, I wouldn't have picked that song.
Yeah, I like it, but I don't love it. But I have seen, from
But
other
some people
Swifties on
love it. Some
TikTok, yes,
people,
that
yeah,
they absolutely love it. There's a trend dance happening on TikTok right
yeah,
now of that song, and and again, I like it, but I agree with you. There's definitely some other songs that I think she could have
yeah.
picked other than that one.
Yeah, and Taylor picked it for a reason. Obviously,
Right.
she does everything for a reason. And hey, maybe in a month I'll change my mind. I don't know.
Yeah, that's how you feel right now. You might love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's the Eras Tour is back up, and she has a busy schedule. They all have a busy schedule
I
to
don't
the
know
rest of
how
the
she
year.
does it.
And I was telling my brother, it's quite funny because the month of September they're off. I mean,
Hmm.
they're going to be practicing and rehearsing, obviously. But I'm like, wow, she's not touring in September. Is it because football season starts in September?
Right? Like, did she plan that?
Maybe.
So
I'm
interesting.
just saying, maybe. So,
Well, also let us know, everyone that's listening to this, what's some of your favorite songs from the Torture Poets department? Have you seen part of the footage of the Eras tour?
hmm,
What's your favorite song from that?
yeah. And if you haven't checked out the new album, definitely, listen to it. Maybe check out, if you don't want to listen to all the songs, maybe the ones that we've mentioned. And if you have listened to the album, put down in the comments which songs you like,
Yeah.
which one's your favorite.
Hmm.
Also, I do want to say we've already ordered our merch shirts, so yeah, we already have them.
Yeah, they're coming.
I have
We
one
couldn't
already.
resist.
Yeah, and I have one already, and I think I'm gonna get another one. So I really like
Nice.
the new shirts, and it's just it's just amazing. I was telling you earlier, like who has done this where they released an album
Hmm.
less than a month ago, and they're
They're
performing it.
performing
Like
it.
this doesn't
They're
happen.
including it in their tour.
Yeah, like when an album comes out, people, artists don't go on tour till months later to
Right.
perform that for live for the audience. Till months later, she literally did less than a month. It's
Yeah, you
just
and I were talking about
crazy.
that right when it was released. Like, how is she gonna,
Mm-hmm.
like, is she gonna go on tour in a year? How's this gonna work? But then we're like, no, she's gonna include it in
Yeah,
the
she's
Eras
gonna.
tour.
Yeah, totally. And maybe she'll switch it up. People have mentioned that too.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll switch it up, later this year because
Well, in the
she's.
surprise song, she does
Oh
sing.
yes, so she does do surprise songs. So good thing you mentioned that. So on night one, in Paris, one of the surprise songs was one of the songs you mentioned, your favorite,
Yes.
LOML.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the acoustic set, and that was
Oh
beautiful when
my
she sang that.
gosh.
Oh my
So
gosh.
heart wrenching.
Yeah, and I already called it. She's gonna sing "So Long London" when she's in
When she's in
London,
London. Yep.
and she's gonna
She'll sing
sing Florida when
Florida.
she's in Florida. So we already know it.
Right.
Um, but yeah, let us know in the comments, you guys below. What's your take on the new album?
Yeah, and who do you think Thank You Amy's about? We'd like to
Yeah,
hear your guys' thoughts.
and also if you're a new Swifty, let us know.
Yeah, if you're
Actually,
new Swifty.
yeah, a couple of my friends have become Swifties now because of this album, which is
Oh my
super
gosh,
cool.
I love that.
Yeah, and if you're new here, welcome and hit the
Welcome,
subscribe.
Swifties.
Welcome to, our fam. And
The whole fam we're Swifties.
yeah, we are Swifties. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one, you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.